What is your name
My name is Ashton King.
and where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was born in San Antonio, Texas, though.
When were you born?
I was born February 10th, 1992.
Can you tell me a little bit about your family?
Yeah. My mom, she's a very hard-working woman. She took care of me and my little sister. My pops, he was a pastor, so he had his church and everything. Mom raised me and my little cousins basically the best as she could. My dad, he did the best he could as a father. He was very supportive. My mom was always supportive. Uh, yeah, they tried to just steer me into be the best man that I could possibly be.
If you had to characterize yourself in a few sentences, what would you say?
A few sentences I could say: just hardworking, uh, very independent and self-motivated person. Uh, just always had to just kind of be self-motivated because I was the only child at first until my mom took my little cousin in. So those are the things I remember teaching myself how to ride a bike, teaching myself how to skateboard, little things like that. Just always been somebody that was just outgoing to learn and do something by myself.
Why did you come here today and participate in this project?
Well, I came here today to speak on this project because I just feel like America needs to see and needs to know the story of the youth. What we going through. Everybody's so quick to point the finger, and tell how they know how we feeling and how we feel as a group, as a generation. But nobody ever, really ever ask us the question and actually come to us sourcefully. Yeah. Go ahead and go grab it. They're gonna edit that out anyway.
What's the experience that you want to share with us today?
The experience I'm gonna go ahead and give with you guys. This is the experience when I was 17 years old. My junior year, going into my senior year, the summer. Me and my friend, we worked out every summer since my sophomore year. Me and my friend Jomo. His father was a coach and a teacher at Kimball High School, and Jomo went to Kimball. Um, I went to Bishop Dunn, a prep school. But I trained with Kimball and Jomo after my school would do their tour days. I'll get off out of practice. We're done with our tour days. And go work out with Jomo's father and his family. Within that being said, every day was a normal routine. My mom knew it. She was happy. She was okay with it. And Jomo's dad or Jomo himself would bring me back home every day. It was a normal routine. This day, Jomo dad did not take me home, and Jomo ended up driving me home. It wasn't nothing normal. I mean, it was something normal. We were okay with it. Lived down the street, not too far. So when we're at a stoplight, we see an officer that was at a stoplight approaching the opposite side of the stoplight when we're approaching. We stop, we get into the left turning lane with our blinker and everything on. As soon as the light turns green and for us to go, we turn right in front of the cop. As soon as we turn, the cop flashes his lights and he pulls us over. And when the cop pulled us over, first thing he asked, of course, license, registration. But something that was very just weird to me about the whole thing, he not only asked for Jomo's license, but he also asked for my license. I just asked the officer, why are you asking for my license? I'm not the driver of the car. But I gave him my ID, and he couldn't give me a clear reason on why. He just said, just do it. He ended up handcuffing us on the street that I live on. And this is very ironic because the officer pulled us over. We turned on the street that I actually live on. So the officer clearly saw when he asked for license and registration and all of that stuff, and he grabbed my ID that I live on this street. So I'm not a troublemaker, not trying to do anything. I'm just I'm just a citizen trying to get home. Within that, I was handcuffed. My friend Jomo was handcuffed. We're sitting while he's looking through our car. He couldn't give us an exact reason why he stopped us. The second time after we asked him why he stopped us, he said we didn't make an immediate left turn, which was kind of weird for us. And we were like, immediate left turn? This is a turning lane. It's only one place to turn into, which is that lane. So I thought that was the only immediate left turn we could make. Clear the officer, he said we didn't make that. And then he said our tail light was out. Tail light was never out. Officer had my phone, my wallet, going through my wallet, he had my phone, and had me cuffed. And within that instance of him doing all of those things, he goes through my wallet, looks at my money. I only had like 20 bucks in there. But he sees my student ID. He says, "Oh, you go to Bishop Dunn. That was a prep school. Oh, so you think you're a smart nigga?" And that was what was kind of just funny to me. It's like, no, officer, I just want to get home. Officer throws my phone down, breaks my phone. My mom eventually walks out, and she notices because she was calling throughout the whole time. She was wondering where I was at, and the officer took my phone because I answered the phone while I was cuffed, and just letting my mother know, "Hey, mom, I'm on the street, and I'm getting cuffed right now, and the officer is telling you don't come down, but I'm just letting you know I'm on the street. I should be home in a few minutes." Officer just has us cuffed. When I was saying those things, that's when the officer took my phone, threw it on the ground. Yeah. By the time my mother made it, I was furious. My mother was furious. Officer couldn't give my mother a direct reason why we were cuffed. We didn't have any drugs on us. Jomo, he was on his way to Texas A&M that year on an academic scholarship. I was getting ready to finish my senior year at a prestigious prep school in Dallas, and we were just just kids just trying to get home, and just because of the color of our skin, we were treated, ill-manneredly just because we're black kids doing what we're supposed to be doing, and that was an unfortunate situation. Still to this day, my mom called the next day and to file complaints, but nothing got changed. Nothing was resolved. The cops, matter of fact, when my mom was making the plane, was trying to speak to the heads of the departments over there in Lancaster, police department in Dallas County. She was trying to talk to them, let them know what was going on. They didn't believe her, didn't trust her, and it was just a complaint that pretty much just got swept underneath the rug. And now I'm telling this story today at 24 years old. Yeah.
Was there a moment like you were scared that something bad was going to happen to you while all this was going on?
I'm being honest, like, I knew that if something was to happen, I really wasn't scared for something to happen to me. I was just more scared of just the fact that how was my mom going to take it if something bad happened to me? If officer could either beat us up, did whatever he wanted to us, we were in a vulnerable situation. And I wasn't scared. I've never been kind of scared because my mom, my dad, they've always kind of like practiced and prep. I remember as a child, my mom used to, when I was like 3 or 4, while she was bathing me, she would be telling me, okay, if you ever in your life ever was stopped by a cop while you're driving a car or anything, don't get hostile, don't be rude, just calmly do what they say, give them things and everything should be okay. But if not, I've heard stories where things haven't worked out that way, they went left, ended up in a black kid being killed. I was not scared for myself because it's an everyday thing, You're so used to seeing it happen from generation to generation. It's kind of like you become numb to it. But, you can't become numb to the feeling, of how's your mother going to react when her child is gone, Like, that's something that I don't think that I could ever get used to. But that was the only thing that was racing through my head is how would my mother take it all my mom got, you know. So how can she take, losing her son, her only child at that, and to somebody that could have just been, educated and just said, hey, these kids live here. Let them go on about their day. I'm not trying to even bother them. I see that they're not even bothering anybody or doing anything wrong.
How has this event impacted your life?
I mean, of course, it impacted my life because it gave me a perception of cops. And I hate to say it, I know that all cops are not bad, but in the cops' eyes, they say this: all black people are bad because a few black people did bad things, and that's sad to say. That cops, they can view that all black people are bad, but we can't view all cops are bad. They want to say blue lives matter, but let's just be real. Like, I feel like black lives matter too. I'm not saying that because I feel like that officer's life doesn't matter, or a white person's life doesn't matter, or anybody else's life doesn't matter. I'm saying that it's just, I feel that in this day and age, that the black man's life is not taken. It's not taken, how can I say it? Just not taken, and it's not taken to where I can say as strongly as if a white kid were to be killed. If it was a white kid's body on the ground, being killed by a black man, do you think that a black man would be able to get away with it? Like, I'll just be honest. If it was a black cops going around killing little white kids, I don't think that they would be able to get away with it. And that's just, and not to say anything bad to, cops or anything, but cops should see that, we fear you more than anything. We don't want to. Hate comes out of fear. In order to hate something, you have to fear it. And I feel that hate that cops have towards black men, they fear us, and the hate that we have towards cops is because we fear them. The history goes on. Look at it. Look at everything that black cops have done look at everything that cops, period, have done to black kids, and for generations. I'm just to a point where my generation is just like, we're tired. That's why you see a lot of retaliation. That's why you see people just, I'm not going to do that. Me, I feel, I remember in an interview Tupac had, he was like, I fear to bring in, to see the child into this world. I feel the same way. Why would I want to bring something into this life, into this world that I'll cherish, something of mine, something deriving from me? Why would I want to bring it into something that I know he's not going to be able to succeed in? He or she is not going to be able to succeed in. If I'm still struggling, a college kid, somebody that's trying to do right, but every day as soon as I leave this college campus, I'm just another nigga. I have to live with that, At the end of the day, when I graduate from this university, if I go on and get a master's or a PhD, just like that cop told me that day, like, oh, what you think, you a smart nigga? No matter how it twists, like, I'ma still forever just be a nigga in their eyes. And that's something that I feel that with this report, we need to open up eyes.
Well, thank you so much for participating and answering my questions.
No problem.